Question 10. The organisers of a large sporting competition believe that 15% of the athletes involved have taken a banned performance-enhancing substance. A journalist suggests that the number is more than 15%. The organisers wish to investigate the journalist's claim. A random sample of 20 athletes is taken and tested for the banned substance. 6 of the athletes in the sample are found to have taken the banned substance. Test the journalist's claim at the 5% level of significance. So first of all, we need to think, is this here binomial? Is it normal? Is it product moment correlation coefficient? So is it about the probability of success, a two-tailed event, success and failure? Is it about an average mu? Or is it about correlation? They're the 3 types of hypothesis testing that we've learned about, so it has to be one of those. And it's about whether someone takes a banned performance enhancing substance or not. So it's yes or no. It's 15% for yes or success, 85% for failure or no. So it's binomial. So that's the first thing we should notice. X is distributed binomially. And then that's really my starting point. And we take the N, we'll see later on what that is, but P, we take that to be our null hypothesis, and our null hypothesis is going to be that it is what they say it is. The null hypothesis is that the probability they take the performance enhancing banned substance is 0.15. The alternative hypothesis then is based on what we read. The journalist suggests that the number is more than 15%, so that would be our alternative. And that tells us that it's a one-tailed test at the 5% significance level. So that's what our hypothesis finished, and then we actually then go and carry out the test. So they've carried it out and they've got a random sample of 20 athletes. So N is going to be 20. And I always just from that, even at the side somewhere, it's not going to get you a mark or anything. But I think, right, if there's 20 people and the probability that they've had a banned substance is 0.15, how many would you expect in that cohort to have the banned substance? 15% of 20, or you'd expect 3. And that's just good for a reference. What do they get? They find that 6 of the athletes in the sample are found to have taken the banned substance. So we have 2 options here. We can find where the critical region is and then find if 6 is in it or not. Some people like that approach. They don't say which way to approach it, so we can do that. Or we can just find out what the chances are of 6 athletes or more taking the banned substance and see if that there is more or less than 5%. If it's less than 5%, it's in the critical region. If it's more than 5%, it's in the acceptance region. So I'm going to go with that approach. So we were expecting 3, but they got 6. So we work out what's the probability of getting 6 or even more than 6. We can use our cumulative tables for that. That's 1 minus the probability of getting less than or equal to 5. So you look up your binomial cumulative distribution function tables. It's page 13 of your form of the booklet. We need P to be 0.15, so you go along the top to 0.15. We need to keep going down the page for 20 trials, so it's actually on page 14, 20 trials. So page 14, 0.15, run your finger down until you get into the box with N is 20, and then we need to go down where X is 5, because we're looking for X is less than or equal to 5. That gives 0.9327. 0.9327, or 0.0673, which is 6.73%. So that's a sizable percentage. It's bigger than 5%. So 6.73% is greater than 5%. So there's a good likelihood. We were looking at to disprove the null hypothesis, to change our minds. This was going to have to be very unlikely, okay, under the null hypothesis 0.15, okay. So if the probability of success is 0.15, we'd expect to get 3. We get 6. How likely is that? There's a 6.73% chance of getting 6 or more, and that's big enough to say that, you know what, that's okay. It's not too ridiculous or out there or too small a probability. If it's less than 5%, then it's too unlikely to have happened under the null hypothesis, and we would reject it. But this is not small enough to reject, so therefore do not reject H0. And maybe I'll just type this in, it'd be easier. There is insufficient evidence at the 5%, if I can find the percentage, 5% significance level to suggest the probability of taking the banned substance is more than 0.15. There's insufficient evidence at the 5% significance level to suggest the probability of taking the banned substance is more than 0.15. Okay, now if you didn't like that, or if you want another approach, we could find the critical region. And we could say, right, the chances of, if the probability of success is 0.15, we'd expect to get 3. So let's go a little bit higher because we're looking at 6. So what's the chances of getting x is greater than or equal to 5? That's 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 4. That's 1 minus, and for my tables, 0.8298. Yeah, so 0.1702. So it's a 17% chance. So that's quite likely, so that's acceptable. The probability, I know we've already done it, so I'll just write it out quickly. The probability that x would be greater than or equal to 6 is 0.0673. So that's also above 5%, so that's in the acceptance region. When you go to do the probability that x is greater than or equal to 7, that's 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 6. And what's the chances for 6? 0.9781. So that's only a 2.19% chance. That's less than 5%, so then that's now in the critical region. So if you found that 7 or more people had taken the banned substance in the 20 athletes, you would then decide that that 15% is too low a number, and you would reject the null hypothesis. However, we got, for 6 or more, it was 6.73%, which is sizable enough to not reject H0. It's still quite likely that 6 people or more could have taken the banned substance out of 20.